Hey everyone, good to see you again. All right, I have a few things I want to talk about in the ecosystem. By the way, I'm told there's a Docathon on November 1st, so I want to make sure I get that. Yes, okay, good, awesome. So sign up for that for sure. Okay, so this is part 2 of how PyTorch became the foundation of the AI revolution. This is all about the ecosystem. So I figured we could talk about the ecosystem since we have kind of more ecosystem-y talks this afternoon. And so starting with the numbers, as always. So there's over 100, or actually nearly 100 projects in the PyTorch ecosystem and over 317,000 repositories that depend on PyTorch in GitHub. I'm kind of curious, has anyone here actually had their ecosystem project reviewed and like on the site? Anyone? Bueller, age-weighted reference. No? Oh my God, okay. So if Will Falcon was here, he's here somewhere, he will tell you that I absolutely roasted him when he was an intern. There he is, okay. And this is actually from a post I did, I think back in 2018 or 2019 probably. And so like some of the things that I called out in a great ecosystem project were obviously well tested. Like if you don't have CI and it's not green, that's a problem. By the way, most of these are like super mundane things that you just need to think about or should think about, hopefully. I think you should. But green CI and having CI in the first place, there's a lot of repos that don't even have them. Clear utility, does your project actually serve a purpose? I know that sounds weird to say, but we sometimes see projects that don't actually bring in a lot of value. Licensing, this is actually pretty interesting these days. Like, we used to be in the world of course, BSD3 and Apache 2 and MIT, and just pick one and you're probably gonna be good. It's gotten a little more complex, obviously, with models and that these days, but permissive licensing is important. Easy onboarding, I don't know how many times I've said, have you built a Jupyter notebook or like had some type of, like maybe build a pip package or something like that. I think it's like super nice to just have a really, really easy onboarding. I know it's like standard issue these days. And then maintenance. This is something that if you know me or if you work with me inside Meta or other places, I mean, if you're not committed to supporting your project, that's a problem. Your community isn't going to grow, so it's super important to be responsive to issues and respond to pull requests and so on. So those are my like five hallmarks I think of a great project. And I think if you back up and you think about even when we were thinking about our principle of community first, basically you can kind of sum it up as the PyTorch needs to be seen as a neutral brand, giving first-class participation to every major stakeholder invested in the ecosystem. And so what this actually concretely meant was if you have a project, you are at no like advantage or disadvantage compared to anyone else in the ecosystem. And so when we looked at like projects even coming out of FAIR, out of Meta more generally, or out of the ecosystem, like it should be a level playing field. And I think we felt really deeply about that. I know Sumit and I did, and that was one of the reasons that we really took the community and tried to amplify as much of the community's work as possible and really make it feel and truly be an ecosystem-centric project. And so like looking over the years of the ecosystem, a lot of these projects maybe don't use or heard of today, but they were pretty interesting at the time. And I mentioned some of these earlier in the morning, Fast AI. I mean, Sylvan is here. He did a lot of blood, sweat, and tears along with Jeremy Howard in building that community. Of course, the Hugging Face team, one of the earliest believers in PyTorch. I think that was honestly one of the turning points when Hugging Face adopted PyTorch. And then projects like OpenMind and Cornea and even Pyro out of Uber. These projects basically were kind of the OG original projects that took a bet on us. And then we saw, like over time, we came out with the resource to production story, and we said, okay, well, there's all this goodness happening in AI. How do we actually build products? How do we get, enough tooling and enough things around PyTorch for it to be a compelling platform, not just a framework for you to kind of author models and pump out research and do cool stuff. We really wanted to actually see how and what we needed in order to actually turn all that greatness and that goodness into products. And so that really started a lot of our efforts around ML ops and partnerships. I still remember like working with Google on TensorBoard and taking off the TensorFlow dependency. We were drinking scotch in Mountain View with the team over there, TorchServe with Amazon, and of course Lightning, and all the way through to MLflow, Vertex. So all these projects I think helped a little bit in building all of the things around PyTorch that helped make it easier, whether it was more managed or whether it was just open source components. Like Kubeflow, for example. And then we saw this kind of move into responsible AI, and I think we're, if you see like my Llama talks, you'll hear me say that, kind of responsible AI's kind of been rejuvenated, I think, in the era of generative AI, and I really believe that. And a lot of the projects, that came out in that kind of time frame around privacy and things like observability or explainability in terms of CAPTM, these are still important to this day, and people are still using these projects. And then, of course, if you fast forward, you actually see that what is old is new again. A lot of these projects actually continue their prominence, like DeepSpeed, for example, which is really great library out of Microsoft, or Transformers, of course, and now they've added diffusers. Of course, Stable Diffusion, and of course, Composer out of the Mosaic team. So we've seen this, all of this being built on PyTorch, and it just basically provides different levels of abstraction and different ways for to use, all with kind of the heart of it being PyTorch. So that's my quick survey of the ecosystem. Again, if you submit a project to the PyTorch ecosystem, I won't be reviewing it anymore. I haven't reviewed those in a while, but someone will review them. But it is an awesome ecosystem, and there's, it's great that everyone's being a part of it. So with that said, I'm going to now I'm going to invite my friend Chris Goprath, first of all, onto the stage, and we are going to switch gears and talk community awards.
Thank you, Joe, for inviting me up here to talk about what I think is a really cool thing that we've been doing for this particular PyTorch conference. This is something we've wanted to do for a long time, and this is something we're just taking the opportunity to do this. So we're trying to recognize all the awesome community contributions that we have to PyTorch. So let me tell you a little bit about the process. It's much simpler than the Academy Awards, but we did form a nominating committee of some of the folks in the Meta team who work with the wider community. They came up with a group of nominations, which I think is really strong, and I'll show you those names in a minute. So those will be our nominees, and then we had an awards committee, and we decided to look to the wisest folks we knew, which are the PyTorch core maintainers, to make the final decision and the final selection for our awards. And I think we have a great set of award winners, which we will celebrate. They're not all here, so we'll ask some of them to come up and at least get a photo op with the award that I have here. And I also want to just let you guys see the really cool award that we put together.
It's very fancy.
This. So, okay, so that's our process. I should also mention categories, and I think there's some philosophy for the categories here that I really briefly want to mention to you. So we wanted to recognize both code contributions, because fundamentally, it's a code project, right? But also documentation, encouraging the community, helping to answer questions on the boards, helping with solving problems. So you'll see that there's a range of different categories for all the many ways that people can contribute to PyTorch and make it better. So we tried to come up with fun names. So PyTorch Bearer is for excellence in long-term contributions across all the modalities. So torch bearer like a marathon. PyTorch Pace Setter for high level of activities, a little bit more of a sprinter here, I suppose, and contributions. PyTorch Newcomer for new contributions, because we want to welcome people in. PyTorch Ambassador, and this is an important one for bringing new users into the community in multiple different ways. And then PyTorch Superhero, this was just for excellence overall in all aspects of community contributions. PyTorch Review Powerhouse, because code review matters. Come on, folks, code review. PyTorch Problem Solver for bug solving, whether that's actually writing code or just helping us figure out what the heck the bug was. PyTorch Innovator for new approaches and innovations and features. And PyTorch Trailblazer. And this is for the important work of documenting and blazing the trail towards for new users into the product. So so those are our awards. Let me go ahead and get to the nominees. So if your name is on this list, and you should already know this, please stand up so we can recognize you. I'm not going to name off all the names, because there's 30 names here. But please stand up, and thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so now, without any further ado, because I want to make sure that we get on to the rest of the program, let's reveal the names of the winners. So these are our winners. You'll see that there's one name or sometimes several names in the categories, because we just could not stop with just one person for some of these. I'm not going to call these all out, because I'll probably misspell or mispronounce some names. I'm going to actually leave that to Joe for the folks who are here. So,
all right, let's start with the PyTorch bearer, Jeff Daly and Jack Howe.
Well, actually, do the next click, and we'll just call out for the ones that are.
Oh, sorry, that was go forward. I can
okay.
do. Oh,
and then
Jack
we'll
Howe.
just call out for Jack Howe. So
all right,
Jack Howe should be here.
By the way, I love that I know pretty much like all these names on here.
Yeah.
I've seen them around GitHub. Where are you, Jack? Come on, Jack.
And if you'll come up here, we'll do a little photo op with the award, and please leave the award with me so we can do the same photo op with the next person. So.
Good job, Jack.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you. Okay.
All right, who's next? Am I just doing the bold ones?
Just do the bolds, yeah.
Okay.
Because the other folks we don't think are here.
They're not here. Okay, got it. All right, Stas Beckman and Junwon Park, both actually.
You have to come up on this side. There's
side. Oh, okay.
Wow, okay.
All right. Congratulations. All right, hop over here. We'll do a photo op. Oh, okay.
Multiple iPhones.
No, yeah, I was going to say.
Thank you,
Excellent.
Stas. Thank you for your contributions.
All right. Peter Bilecki.
No, Jungwon.
Oh, sorry.
Let's get Jungwon up.
Oh, sorry. Junwon Park. I thought they were coming up together.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Congratulations, Jungwon.
Congrats. Great to meet you again.
Awesome. Thank you, Jungwon.
All right. Now Peter Bilecki, the esteemed
PyTorch superhero.
like literally a deity walking. Woo! Yeah. Hello, Peter. All right, let's go to my LinkedIn. Okay. All right. Aaron Gokaslan. Where is Aaron?
Come on up,
there
Aaron.
he is. All right.
Review Powerhouse. Thank you for reviewing.
Wow. Congrats.
Awesome.
Great work.
I'm seeing we should step over this way.
I keep getting the finger this way, so. Okay.
The photographers are in charge.
Yep. Okay, awesome. All right.
Okay.
All right. Vadim Kacherov.
PyTorch problem solver. Thank you for helping us troubleshoot.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. All right. See,
awesome.
Didn't get the finger that time.
We didn't.
All right. Last one, the PyTorch trailblazer, Jose Luis Castro Garcia.
Awesome pronunciation.
It's terrible.
Jose? Are you here? Okay, well, maybe Jose's not here. He will get the award, even if he's not here.
Yeah.
Don't anybody worry about that. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right.